Well, cutie, it's Kaylee Hendershot. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to This Croatian Life. Today's topic. How do I talk about today's topic? Today we are talking about the famous Propuh. I would say that Propuh is the number one, what I consider to be superstition in Croatia. Now, I know that that's debated. I know that many of you watching believe in Propuh. Sorry, Dominic gets mad at me because I say Propuh and not Propuh, that H at the end. Propuh. Anyway, so today we need to have the great discussion. No, I take that back. Today, I am gonna tell you my experiences with Propuh, my thoughts on Propuh, and the situations in which I have experienced the fear and or the wrath of Propuh. So first, I think it's really important to discuss what is Propuh. And I discussed this in my other video, which I'm gonna link down below and above. So if you didn't see that video where I discuss Croatian superstitions, then please check that out. A little bit interesting. And I had said in that video that I wanted to do a completely separate video for Propuh because it just deserves its own video, okay? For those of you who are watching who don't know what Propuh is, I want to reference somebody else who actually helped me understand my relationship with Propuh better, and that's a famous American expat blogger here in Croatia named Cody McClain Brown. He wrote an article on Propuh. Sorry, I'm just like can't get it. The title of the article is Propuh and the Great Cultural Chasm Between Us. I'm not gonna read the article. If you're interested, I highly recommend that you read the article. I will put the title here down below just so you can see. I'm just going to tell you in his words what Propuh is. The draft, or Propuh, is an indispensable part of life in Croatia and much of the Balkans. A breeze blowing from one end of the apartment to the other, or a chilly wind on a cloudy day, can result in all kinds of ailments. The draft is responsible for everything from muscle aches, headaches, colds, to infections, and even inflammation of the brain. In order to preclude such maladies, it is necessary to, and then he goes on to describe how to avoid this draft that pulls. So I have kind of mentioned it's not good to open a door and a window at the same time or have two windows open at the same time. You can have multiple open because apparently that eliminates that suctioning, that pulling, but you cannot have, one and one open. He also talks about exposing the back of your neck to that draft, as that can cause neck pain, your lower back, and he goes on to, describe his experience, which when I read it was so spot on to my experience. Just so you know, I've searched Propuh probably 150,000 times, and I have yet to find a medical article that talks about the ailments that can occur from draft. But hey, if you have one, feel free to share it down below. Propuh can cause sinus pain, sinus infection, neck pain, back pain, toothaches, tooth problems, cold, flu, sore throat, ovary damage, organ damage, eye infection, infertility, serious health issues, people, okay? So those are some of the things that can happen to you if you stand in the draft. Okay, now I think it would be good to show you some of the situations in which I have experienced the fear of Propuh. So of course I have experienced the fear of Propuh at home. Thinking that I'm in the comfort of my home where I can just get a good breeze going through, get that steam out, and I can't because I'm considered crazy. I experienced the fear of Propuh in the car.
No, rolled back up. My window is open. My head will hurt. Roll it up.
Is this okay?
No. All the way.
All the way.
All the way, my window is open.
Okay. It is always the same thing. My head hurts. I just don't get how moving air hurts your head. So I'm currently editing this video right now, and one thing that I should have mentioned was how I'm really confused about how I have to roll up the window when one window is open because of the draft. And yet, constantly in Croatia, I see people smoking inside the car with all windows up. And I can't figure out how having two windows down at the same time is more damaging than smoking in the car with all of the windows up. I should have mentioned that I didn't, so I just wanted to interject here. But back to the other situations and where I've experienced Propuh. I would have to say that at work and at the office are another situation where I constantly experience Propuh. Can you open the door, please?
No, but the window's open.
Yeah, to get a breeze going through.
For your kidneys, Kaylee. Propuh?
But it's a
You're
breeze.
back. It's not Propuh. Propuh. Your neck's gonna hurt, you won't be able to move. It's not good for you.
Oh my god. Did you see that look that she gave me at the end? That is the very typical look that I get from Croats and other Balkan people when I ask to just open the door or open the window. It is always that look like she's crazy, don't know what she was thinking. And of course, one of the most popular situations in which I have experienced the fear of Propuh is public transportation. And the point of that scene is that no matter where you are in Croatia or the Balkans, and you think that you can get away with opening the window, even just so, there's always going to be a hand that comes out of somewhere to shut it. I think it should be noted that we are living in the land of smokers. There's a lot of smoking going on, quite a big amount of drinking. Nobody wants to talk about how that might have something to do with your health. It's the fact that the window and the door was open last Wednesday at 2:33 p.m. That girl, Ivana, she left the door open. How could she? Now my neck hurts. Now I have to go to the doctor, and the doctor said it was Propuh. That actually leads me to my next thing. I want to talk about the responses that I get from Croatians when I essentially kind of contest and say, you know, what is Propuh? I don't really understand. Can you, enlighten me a bit? First response, what exactly is Propuh? I understand it's like pulling air, but like, how is that bad for you? What research is there? Response is always a medical explanation. Now, when I say medical explanation, you're probably thinking research-based, renowned doctors who put copious amounts of time and energy into papers where they researched the damaging effects of Propuh. No. The number two response that I always get without fail. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think that it's something that exists. I just don't think that it's something that can cause, an illness or an ailment for someone. Oh, no. I know someone. My friend's sister's brother's cousin, he got so sick, he ended up in the hospital. He stood in Propuh for 2.5 minutes. That's it. And his shirt was up, and he was sweating because he just ran outside. And even though it was a windy day, that didn't really bother him. But the fact that he came home and the window and the door was open and he stood in it for literally, that's it, 2.5 minutes, and he was in the hospital. I swear. And the third final response that I get, it's always the last resort, but it's always the best resort because you can't argue with it. Yeah, I don't know, Propuh just doesn't really affect me. You'll see when you're older. Every freaking time. You'll see when you're older. How can I argue with that? I'm not older right now, so I don't know, but I also don't think that that's true. I don't know. So Ludi, that is it. That's my take on Propuh. That's my explanation for people who have visited Croatia and want to understand it more. people who don't live here but are interested in life in Croatia. But these situations occur so much more in the summer when it's hot and windows are open, doors are open. I'm not saying that people don't open the windows and the doors, and in fact they do open the windows. However, you have to be like strategic in how you open the windows and doors, which is just not something I'm used to. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you can relate. I do think that it is just what makes Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Serbia, the whole Balkan region, it's just what makes it special, and it just gives it that character for me. Sometimes I obviously struggle with that character, and other times makes it like no other place in the world. Please comment down below, what do you think about Propuh? Do you think it's a real thing? Do you think it's really damaging for your health? Do you think it's just something that people say, that it's an old wives' tale? I always find it interesting to know where you're from when you're posting your opinion. So if you can say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm from this country, and this is what I think about Propuh, that would be great. So anyway, vidimo se uskoro, book.
Can you open the door?
I can't do it.
Can you please
Oh my god, I didn't roll my window up.